Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Admiral. Nice to see you. You touched on this with Senator Inhofe, but I'd like maybe a clearer answer. Do you support the deployment of the supplemental systems called for in the nuclear posture review? And do you believe these enhancements are truly necessary if we are going to maintain deterrence?
Senator, I absolutely do. I think the nuclear posture review got it right. These modest supplements add to the flexibility and capability in the triad, and that's what's necessary to deter the threats we face today.
Thank you. Your predecessors have strongly recommended against any unilateral reductions in our nuclear forces. You talked about that somewhat with Senator Reid. What impact do you believe any kind of unilateral reduction would have on our ability to deter threats?
Senator, I think it would have a negative effect. It would be harmful for our ability to deter, and I'm reminded this nation has led the world in unilateral reductions in nuclear weapons throughout our history, and no one else has matched us with that. Everyone else has gone in the other direction.
As you're aware, in the past year, a number of critics have argued that the ICBM force is not necessary for deterrence, and many have sought to reduce the funding for its replacement, which is this GBSD program. What are your views on the deterrent value of the ICBM force, and how important is it in the recapitalization effort to proceed without delay?
Senator, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Leg, GBSD, is an essential component of the triad. It adds special, unique capabilities that we have from no other leg. It is essential in achieving a nation's deterrence objectives.
Following on that point, you and I discussed a couple days ago the larger problem of our nuclear modernization schedule, and that there really is no margin for delay in that schedule. Can you talk a little bit more about that and how we simply cannot extend the life of our current systems? You and I focused on an area that you are truly an expert on, and that would be our submarines. Can you really talk to us a little bit about what we're facing with the Ohio class?
Yes, Senator. We have delayed and life extended the current triad systems to the maximum extent possible. And what I mean by that is we are bumping into physics and engineering limits. As the Senator alluded to, I am a submariner. So, the Ohio class was designed for 30 years. It went for 42. A great credit to the people that put it together. But there are only so many times that you can take a high-strength piece of steel tubing, subject it to the great pressures of submergence, cycle it by taking that off to the point that you just don't want to get in the tube anymore. We don't have confidence in the strength, corrosion, and others. That's the type of thing we're bumping into with all the triad systems. It is just not feasible to life extend them anymore.
And staying on our schedule, when would we see the first Columbia class?
It would be in 2031, ma'am.
It's a long ways away still.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I look forward to your confirmation. You have my support.
Thanks.